Politics and sports seem very different, but if you look closely, they share some qualities. They both demand resilience and endurance from those who choose to take part. And this week, US Senator Cory Booker proved it. He delivered a record-breaking speech. He spoke for 25 hours. He did not stop to eat. He did not sit down. He did not even go to the bathroom. So how did he endure a speech that long? And what are some of the other longest speeches ever delivered? Here's a report.
We have a president who's come in, and one of the first things he's done in 71 days...
When Cory Booker stood on the US Senate floor, his smart ring repeatedly asked if he was working out. At one point, it recorded his heart rate shooting up to more than 100 beats per minute and staying there for some time. But the 55-year-old senator was not exercising. He was delivering a speech, the longest speech in the chamber's history. It went on for 25 hours straight, during which Booker didn't stop to eat, he didn't go to the bathroom, he didn't even sit down.
These are not normal times in America. And they should not be treated as such.
During his speech, Booker condemned the Trump administration. But this is not why he's making headlines the world over. Booker's talkathon has led people to hail him as an endurance athlete and speculate whether he was wearing a catheter or an adult diaper. According to his communications director, he was not, and there were periodic breaks as colleagues asked him questions. But for the most part, Booker was talking alone. So how did he manage to do it? The senator started speaking on Monday evening and continued to talk until Tuesday night. He says he stopped drinking water since Sunday night. His logic was simple. He didn't want to stop to use the bathroom because that would involve yielding the floor for a break, allowing the Senate to move on. And that's not all. He even fasted for days leading up to the speech. His efforts would certainly make doctors raise their eyebrows. But nevertheless, delivering a speech for 25 hours is no mean feat. Going for that long without using the bathroom can raise the risk of kidney stones and infection. The dehydration can make muscles cramp up, which Booker says he experienced. Dehydration can also cause fatigue. It can make it even harder to stand for a long period of time. The lack of food can make people dizzy. Plus, speaking for so long requires a lot of cognitive energy. And this ordeal is made worse with the lack of food, water, and sleep. It is indeed an endurance test. But Booker is not the only one to have gone through with it. The duration for the longest speech in history stands at 90 hours and 2 minutes. It was achieved by Nepal's Anantaram in 2018. Many politicians have delivered long, continuous speeches as well, like 24 hours and 18 minutes of speech by a US senator in 1957, or a speech lasting 23 hours and 51 minutes by a Scottish parliamentarian in 2004. So how do people deliver these seemingly superhuman speeches? According to research, it has more to do with the mind than the body. When people are performing a demanding task, it could be preparing for a test or playing a sport, it all comes down to motivation. Studies show that motivation can help people overcome exhaustion and push them to continue the task. This applies to delivering a speech as well. It explains why people can power through, and it goes to show how humans can push the limits of their body when their spirits are high.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
For both sides.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.